Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie, and during my Walking Dead episode 12 review, I asked you guys to all submit your questions, so I picked 10 of them to answer in this video with one bonus question. We also owe a giant high five to the winner of my week 4 giveaway. Congratulations to Brendan Martin, you win a $20 Amazon gift card. I'll be contacting you on your channel for details, but if you're finding me for the first time, just as a way for me to say thank you to you guys for being so awesome, I give away a $20 gift card in each of my review videos. So let's answer some questions. Number 1, Rachel King asks, how come the people in the clubhouse didn't turn into zombies? So they had a class war between the rich people and the poor people. So the ones that died and didn't turn into walkers had just been shot or stabbed in the head, so they wouldn't have turned. Question number 2, Camille Palmer asks, given the DC spoon Beth found at the country club, do you think that Beth, Daryl, and Maggie's group will be the ones to make it to DC, or do you think one of them will be found by the hunters? I think they'll be the ones to head to DC. Based on the teaser for the next episode, it seems like Maggie's group will run into trouble. I don't know that it's the hunters. Careful for comic book spoilers real quick though. It was originally Rick's group that ran into them on the way to Washington DC. They could just be changing things and giving that plotline to the groups from this episode, or the hunters could have been that group that Rick ran into last week. It really does seem like Rick's group on the show is headed to Sanctuary, so I think it's safe to assume that Beth and Maggie's group will be the one to run into hunters on the way to Alexandria. Question number 3, the main geese asks, what are the possibilities of a Beth-Carl hookup down the road? So unless Carl's group meets up with their group, 0. If they do meet up before the end of the season, I'd also say 0. If Carl does end up hooking up with someone eventually, it'll probably be some character they meet in Sanctuary or some other future location. But I don't see any Carl hookups in the near future though. Question number 4, Trey D1515 asks, will Beth and Daryl make it to the Sanctuary? I don't think that they're going to meet up with Rick's group. I do think that they'll make contact before the end of the season. The show is really making it seem like half the people are headed to Sanctuary and the other half are headed to Alexandria. So I hope that answers your question. I just think one group is going one way and the other is going the other way. Question number 5, Z Jordan Z LFC asks, do you think that Beth will die soon? I would be so bummed, but it is a possibility. I know that someone will die. Right now, Bob Stokey, Maggie, and Beth are highest on my list. I did agree with Beth's comment though that Daryl will probably be the last one alive. Question number 6, Angwoman143 asks, seeing the new promo, do you think that all of Maggie's group will make it, or will we lose someone, or all of them? I definitely think that they want us to think that someone's going to die. It seems like the worst thing they run into next week though is a group of walkers that falls on them. So if someone does die, it could be that they just die in the future from an infected walker bite. Question number 7, Mintrocos360 asks, in the teaser you can see Sasha scream for a millisecond. Bob, who also appears like he's killing something on the floor, do you think that he's killing himself, or getting killed by a walker, or killing someone else? I really hope that it's Bob that's getting killed, because I like all the other girls, Maggie, Sasha, and Beth. I do have a sneaking suspicion that one of the women is going to die this season though, so I am getting a little bit worried for Beth and Maggie, because Maggie was actually one of my predictions earlier in the year. Question number 8, John Redgrave asks, what were you most afraid of in this episode, and did it give you any jump scares? There wasn't anything that made me jump, but I did get really claustrophobic when they were inside that trunk. I do also squirm just a little bit whenever walkers almost bite people, like when Beth was in the country club fending off that one walker with one hand. Question number 9, Chaos Team asks, what do you think started the apocalypse? I think it was probably a mutated supervirus. Because the conceit is that everyone just lives with it and they only turn if they die, I think that it spread before anyone realized what it was, and it was probably something that mutated out of a pharmaceutical company test. Like they were trying to make a vaccine for something else and things just went horribly wrong. So I don't think that it was someone evil trying to infect the entire world. Question number 10, Infamous Adam asks, I'm starting to notice that the TV show is catching up with the comic, so I was wondering what would the show do once it catches up with the comic? So Robert Kirkman sits in the writer's room every day and writes stories with them, so he would probably just come up with new ideas. He probably has 100 different ideas for where the show could go if it ever goes beyond the comic. The spin-off show that they're doing will only be stuff that's not on the comic, so if he can do that, then it would be pretty easy to create new original stories for these characters right now. And one last bonus question. The Ananki asks, do you think that Daryl, rather Norman Reedus, really ate Snake in that scene? So Norman Reedus actually revealed that that was a real snake, which was pretty cool or pretty gross, depending on how you look at it. So thank you so much for submitting your questions, guys. This is a lot of fun. Again, high fives to Brendan Martin for winning this week's giveaway. The next round will start whenever I post my episode 13 review. I might also be doing a predictions video later this week if I have time. I'm also doing Game of Thrones and Stick of Truth tonight, So I'll try and post Game of Thrones super late and then Stick of Truth in the morning. It'll be a Let's Play video, but I'm really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Right now, click here for my review of the episode, and click here for that Game of Thrones video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tonight. Don't forget, South Park video is coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. High fives.